India is being asked to tighten its belt. In a rare public appeal, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has called for what some are describing as COVID-style austerity drive, asking citizens to cut fuel use, avoid foreign travel, delay gold purchases by at least a year, embrace work from home and buy local products. Listen in to what the Prime Minister said.
Work from home, ऑनलाइन कॉन्फ्रेंसेस, वर्चुअल मीटिंग्स, इनको हमें फिर से प्राथमिकता देनी है। साथियों, आज जो संकट है उसमें हमें विदेशी मुद्रा बचाने पर भी बहुत जोर देना होगा।
Now, what's the backdrop of this appeal by the Prime Minister? Well, easy answer: spiraling global crude prices, disruption in West Asia and mounting pressure on India's foreign exchange reserves. But the question really is, can public behavioural change really help stabilize India's economy? Let's explore this today. Also, let's try and figure out, are these measures practical in nature? Is it practical to expect a consumption-driven, aspirational India to cut back? Now, India's economy may be growing fast, but its dependence on imports, especially oil and gold, remain a major vulnerability for the country. Now, at a rally that you just heard Prime Minister speak at, this was in Hyderabad on May 10th, Prime Minister Modi has urged citizens to conserve fuel, reduce unnecessary imports, postpone overseas vacations and destination weddings, and even avoid buying gold for a year. Now, the timing is absolutely significant. Crude oil prices have surged beyond $100 a barrel amid the Iran-US conflict and disruption around the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most critical oil shipping routes. Now, India imports nearly 88% of its crude oil requirements. So when oil becomes expensive, India pays more dollars to buy energy. Now that widens the trade deficit and puts pressure on India's current account deficit. Now, gold is another major concern. India is among the world's largest gold importers. Every spike in gold buying means more dollars flowing out of India. By asking Indians to postpone gold purchases, the government is effectively trying to slow non-essential imports and preserve foreign exchange reserves. Now, economists say the message is not merely symbolic. Reduced fuel consumption, lower gold imports and fewer overseas expenses can soften pressure on India's balance of payments during a global supply shock. But there are major roadblocks. For one, India's economic engine is increasingly consumption-led. Asking people to spend less can hurt sectors like aviation, tourism, hospitality, jewelry, as well as retail. The markets have already reacted fairly negatively on Monday, with airline, hotel and jewelry stocks falling sharply after Modi's remarks on Sunday. Now, the second question really is about implementation, and implementation depends entirely on voluntary compliance. Now, unlike wartime rationing, these are appeals and not enforceable restrictions. And third, of course, there's a social contradiction. India's rising middle class has been encouraged for years to consume more, travel more and aspire globally. Reversing that behavior overnight is politically and economically difficult. Yet, the government appears to be signaling something deeper, that India may be entering a prolonged phase of geo-economic uncertainty where energy security and forex conversion become national priorities. In many ways, this is less about temporary sacrifice and more about preparing India for an era of global instability. Now, the big question now is whether citizens will respond to Prime Minister Modi's call and whether behaviour austerity can meaningfully shield India from external shocks in an increasingly volatile world economy.